What up, Shadow DPS here on a Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? No, Tuesday afternoon. I ran across an article on motorcycle.com, which is pretty interesting, and it may be useful to some of you new riders or wannabe riders who are looking at buying a new motorcycle or even a used motorcycle. So basically, anyone who is thinking about getting into motorcycling, they really need to check out this article. Basically, it is the 10 most recommended actions an aspiring motorcyclist should take prior to buying a motorcycle. Now, I think number 10 on the list was taking a motorcycle safety course. Now, I definitely agree with this. When I took the MSF course a while back, it gave me a pretty good idea of what type of things I need to focus on while riding and what I need to work on as far as skills. So I know there are a lot of folks out there who are looking at learning to ride a motorcycle from a friend or an uncle or dad or whatever, but I have to strongly recommend that you take the motorcycle safety course. A lot of practical experience. And they give you some good real world situations to look out for, and in some cases, people who may have thought about riding a motorcycle, they would go to the motorcycle safety course, and after they finish the course, they decide, well, I don't think this is really for me. So it could be a good avenue to find out whether or not you really will like motorcycling in the first place. So I definitely advise taking that course. Number 9 on the list was consider buying a starter motorcycle. In other words, don't start off with a Hayabusa or a Goldwing. Start off with something small that you can handle, something inexpensive. Bikes depreciate pretty quickly, probably at a faster rate than most automobiles. So there is nothing wrong with starting off on a 600 or 650 or even something smaller than that. So whatever you do, don't start off too big. Okay, the next one is research. Just research what's out there. Research what style of bike you may want to get. As you know, there are many different types of bikes out there. You know, cruisers, crotch rockets, adventure bikes, standard bikes, naked bikes. Try to do some research to figure out what will really suit your personality and what will suit the way you want to ride. The next one, number 7, is to prepare a list of bikes that you may want to buy and just evaluate those bikes. And it kind of ties into the previous one that I just talked about. Number 6, look at used bikes. There might be some good used bikes out there, especially if you're just getting into motorcycling. Again, you may or may not be in the sport very long, so it's good to start off with something a little cheaper. Instead of buying a $20,000 bike, find yourself a 10-year-old bike or a 5-year-old bike for like $4,000 or $5,000 and just go that route. And also, if you drop a bike, it hurts a lot less to drop a $4,000 bike versus a $20,000 bike. So consider riding a used bike. Okay, motorcycle.com talked about scoping out some of the local dealerships when purchasing a bike. Scoping out a local dealership to, you know, see what kind of bikes they have, sit on the bikes, get a feel for the bikes, talk to some of the employees there, get their sense of the bikes, and then once you buy a bike, then purchase, you know, your gear or accessories from that same dealership, kind of building a rapport with the dealership, as opposed to going online to buy your gear. Me myself, I buy most of my gear online. You know, I'm kind of lazy. I really don't feel like going to motorcycle dealerships all the time. Every time I want to buy a piece of gear, I just go out to Revzilla or Amazon or what have you and just buy what I need. But you know what motorcycle.com said makes sense. You know, it's good to, you know, find a good dealer and just do business with them. They might cut you some deals, you never know. Look at the total loan price for the bike. The total loan price, not just the monthly payments. And this is a mistake that a lot of young kids, young men and women do. They look at a bike and say, wow, you know, I only have to pay $250 a month for this bike. However, when you look at the total life of the loan, they're paying thousands more than what the bike is worth. So if you can, try to buy the bike or pay for the bike cash. If not, put as much down as you can on the bike. And if not, just buy something a little less expensive instead of putting yourself in debt for no reason. So just consider that. Number 3, a lot of riders fail to look at the cost of motorcycling insurance. And depending on what your background is and the type of bike you have and the area of the country in which you live, insurance can be a hefty price. And also on top of that, if you had any kind of speeding tickets in the past, that could also jack up your rates. And then throw your age and your sex, then you've got a pretty decent debt, monthly debt that you have to pay every month just to ride a motorcycle. So before you buy a bike, definitely look at how much it costs to insure that bike. All right, number 2 is big on my list, and I know there are a lot of folks out there who will disagree with me. Buy the proper safety gear. Buy the proper safety gear. i.e., don't skimp when buying safety gear. Helmets, gloves, jacket, motorcycle pants, boots. Buy the gear that you need to ride safely. Dress for the slide, not just to ride. Now, I've had several viewers come back to me and say, hey, it's not even worth riding a motorcycle with a helmet. What's the point of riding a motorcycle with a helmet? I respectfully disagree. I'm not gonna go around telling people what they need to do. Well, I'm probably doing that right now, but in my opinion, it makes a lot of sense just to go ahead and buy a helmet, buy the necessary gear, and man, dude got trash coming out of his truck. Buy the necessary gear and be safe on the road. So definitely do not skimp on safety gear. it may save your life. And number one, be prepared to be sucked in to the motorcycle life. Be prepared to be addicted to riding motorcycles. Now the article says if you have one motorcycle in your garage, you're pretty safe. But if you have more than one motorcycle in your garage, then all is lost. You've been sucked in to the motorcycle lifestyle, motorcycling lifestyle. And that's my case. I spend my time thinking about my next ride, wishing that the weather would be better, planning out my trips, my tours. So a big percentage of my thoughts on a daily basis ties to my motorcycles. So, yep, I'm addicted, I'll admit it. It's just one of those things. It's a fun hobby, fun lifestyle. I enjoy it. So for you new riders out there, just be prepared. Tell your significant others to be prepared for what's about to come once you get that motorcycle. Nothing but fun times, adventure, and a lot of money spent. But you know what? It's all good, man. Life is short. Enjoy it while you can, right? But anyway, just wanted to summarize the article in my own way. I put my own spin on it based on my experiences. So take it for what it's worth. But I hope you new riders out there will check out the article and at least consider looking at some of those suggestions and just get ready for a whole new lifestyle. All right, Shadow DPS out. Talk to you later. Bye.